MLB Network brings you baseball from under the lights at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Kansas City Royals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Going to be an interesting contrast in styles in this one as one of baseball's hardest throwers goes head-to-head with a top finesse arm. Next. SPs-DOUG is ready to go as he's on the mound for the Phils. What do we need to know here, Danny?
SPs-DOUG has been good since he put on a uniform. The pride and joy of San Diego State University. The closest thing we've seen to Nolan Ryan. Mid to upper 90s fastball. Great changeup, great curveball, and great slider. Very, very rarely do you see a guy have a 4-pitch mix that's as good as SPs-DOUG's.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Played on the backhand. Quick throw to first by Morgan, and that's the first out. A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, when we drove over to the ballpark today, we were expecting some offensive firepower, especially in this yard. It's a hitter's yard, but that could sometimes work against them. I'm interested to see what lineup stays within themselves and executes and manufactures to get this W.
So digging in now, Roberto Alomar, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
Striding in, Ken Griffey Jr. Man at first for him following the one-out single. Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike one.
This is a tough guy right here to hit into a double play. He's fast and he swings from the left side, so out of the box he's going to get a good break. You might have to try to get the strikeout right here because very rarely are you going to get this guy to ground into a double play.
Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Hold hard, but it's foul down the first base side. Alomar stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Out of here into the visitors' bullpen. So Junior strikes for a 2-run shot as the Royals move out in front now 2-0.
I can tell you one thing. You might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got, a really bad result.
Standing in now, Harmon Killebrew. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a ball down.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
Here it comes on 0-2. Shot toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
One team's dream inning is another team's nightmare, right? That's their 3rd hit of this opening inning. This one a double. That's got to have the pitcher pretty upset out there and the manager wondering how long he's going to go in this one.
Stepping in now, Mike Piazza. as he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center. Judge is under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Stepping into the box, Reggie Jackson. And a great chance here for Kansas City to add on in just the first inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Hey, 2 tough pitches right there, and expect more of the same. With that guy standing out on second base, you don't want any RBI scoring right here. With that base open at first, he's going to grind out and try and get this guy to swing at something outside the zone.
And that'll split the gap, as it should be extra bases. He's in at second safely, as a run will score on the play as well.
When he started this game, giving up 3 extra base hits in the opening frame was not what he had in mind. He could still settle down and turn things around on the mound, but the way it's going right now, this has the makings of a start he's going to want to forget.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes this the other way to right, and that's in there. Base hit. Throwing to second, but he'll get in there with an RBI double.
Well, this doesn't have the makings of a start he's going to be proud of, does it? He's getting absolutely pounded here in the first inning, and I would think they're not going to let this go on for much longer.
Next up is the Hall of Famer Jim Rice, as he lines it hard to the right side but out of play. He represents the 8th man to bat here in the first, with 4 runs already on the board. Set to deliver the 0-1. Breaking ball in for a strike. Rice is a prolific power hitter, and you probably didn't need me to tell you that. Doesn't matter what kind of pitching he faces, there's a lot of pop in that bat.
Yeah, this guy absolutely does not discriminate, and you could close your eyes during batting practice.
Hammered the other way to deep right field. Judge facing back, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. So it's 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Royals 4 and the Phillies coming up. You're watching. Doug DRABEK, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, the first thing we're going to find out is how well this guy pitches with little sleep. I can't imagine knowing that you're going to be the next day starting pitcher the night before. This is a young guy making his first start. Listen, you can only make your debut one time, so there has to be lots going on in this guy's mind. Hopefully he can settle down early and pitch well in his debut.
The windup and the 0-1. Line drive to center field on his junior, but this is a base hit. And immediately the Royals have to deal with a real burner standing at first base. So striding in, J.P. Crawford. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here comes the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Morgan on at first, nobody out. A ball and a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. A moment now to check out the hometown Phil's starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this group in front of the home crowd tonight?
Matty, this lineup finds himself in a hole right now. Down a bunch of runs. This is where you find out about your lineup, though, that pass the baton mentality. Can't try and get it all back at once. Have good at-bats, follow the game plan you guys worked on, and stay in the zone.
In now, Mike Trout. First chance for him here with a runner at first and 1 gone. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Trout A native of New Jersey, the Garden State as it's known. He was a first-round pick back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Yeah, Matty, you cannot miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Aaron Judge is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. And he goes with the pitch here and drives it the other way to deep right. And it's a foul ball. Two out with the man at first. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia. They trail here 4-0. So striding forward now, Doug DRABEK. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Crawford has it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
So here's how the Phillies are positioned defensively. And the guy manning shortstop today is J.P. Crawford. This guy, he doesn't have the quickest feet in the game, but he has unbelievable range, a strong arm, and very, very quick hands. And he is just the start of the new wave of the next line of great shortstops.
Here's the Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hoskins waits on it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Roberto Alomar. He reached on a single in his first try. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit high and deep out to left. Hoskins looks up. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to left, and the Royals have opened this up now to 5-0.
He might have thought he was going to fool him with a first pitch bender, but he was wrong. He was sitting on that curve and absolutely hammered it way out of here.
So next to the plate for the Royals, Ken Griffey Jr. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
And in that last at-bat, it makes you think this guy might have went up there looking for the breaking ball, because he certainly got a breaking ball, and he didn't miss it. Hit it right on the screws.
Here comes the first pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball's fouled off to the left, and he falls behind now. 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Popped him up. McCovey is there, and the side is retired. Royals tack on 1 more on the strength of this solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Royals 5 and the Phillies nothing. Digging in, Willie McCovey, and his guys have quite a hill to climb. Down 5-zip here in the early going.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. And he makes the throw to first. McCovey is retired, and there's one away.
So here's how the Kansas City Royals are positioned defensively. And the guy controlling center field today, I can't emphasize this enough. If you want a good ball club, you better be strong up the middle. Center field being that main component with catcher, shortstop, and second base. This guy takes tremendous routes to the ball, strong and accurate arm, and just a leader on the field.
Here's Nolan Arenado, a Silver Slugger winner a year ago in the National League. First pitch of the at-bat. High fly ball out to deep right field. Jackson racing back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double.
Nothing fires me up more than watching an offensive player stay inside a baseball and drive it the other way.
Settling in now, Rhys Hoskins. First offering on its way. Fouled away. Ready with the 0-1. Drilled right back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. And that runner crossing from second scores their first run. It's now a 5-1 game. Stepping in, Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench.
First pitch coming. Here it is. High in the air. Boggs in foul ground. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Steven Strasburg. First pitch on its way. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this will land out there just foul. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Reggie is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. We'll go now to the top of the third. It's the Royals 5 and the Phillies 1. Striding in once again, Harmon Killebrew will start things out against Steven Strasburg as we get the inning underway. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lifted in the air to center field. On the move is Trout. 1 down.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mike Piazza, 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set. Here it comes. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Judge going back on the warning track. He makes the catch. So coming to the plate, Reggie Jackson. An RBI double is what he was credited with his first time around. First pitch on its way. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Didn't waste any time like the first pitch he saw to keep the inning going.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Into the box now, Ernie Banks. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Judge is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Royals go down on just 4 pitches. They're up 5-1. So stepping in, Joe Morgan as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Second baseman.
First offering on its
Joe
way.
Morgan.
Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Fly ball out toward left center field.
Waiting on it is Rice.
Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting.
Digging in now, J.P. Crawford. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here's the first pitch to him. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. The 1-1 home. Is a breaking ball in off the plate.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
Again, he sends it out of play. 1 out, nobody on. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Lifted down the line in left. Barnes trying to get there. And they can't run it down. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. It's a solo home run here for Mike Trout, and it's now a 5-2 game.
That ball was absolutely blasted. 113 miles an hour off the bat, according to Show Track. As you see the distance there, that's one that'll get people talking.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Aaron Judge. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
It'll be interesting to see if the pitcher goes back to that. I don't know if the hitter was trying to work the ball the other way, but whatever it was, it just did not look good.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. But the Phils draw a bit closer thanks to this solo home run. 3 complete from Citizens Bank Park. It's now 5-2. Next up is the Hall of Famer Jim Rice. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
High and deep to right center. On the move is Trout. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Standing in, Doug DRABEK. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I think he just subscribed to the swing hard in case you hit it philosophy of hitting. As a pitcher, why not? Better than standing up there like you've never held a bat before.
The 0-1 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is right there as he takes it for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman.
Here's the Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far. And he is in the second with a 2-out double.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting his baseball back.
Digging in the switch hitter, Roberto Alomar. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Most good breaking ball hitters will hit good breaking balls. In that last at-bat, that was a pretty good pitch that was down in the zone. And he handled it really nice.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left field. Hoskins will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Danger averted following the two-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Into the box now, Willie McCovey set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
No balls and one strike. One ball and one strike to the Phillies first baseman. Big breaking ball and a beauty that time. 1-2.
Can't say he's tickling around the zone. Those last two pitches were pretty much grooved right down the middle, but it didn't bite him.
Lifted the other way out to left center. Giving chase is Rice, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. And the Phillies are able to get things started with a leadoff double.
You always want to start an inning off with a bang, and I'd say this qualifies. He gets a fastball and doesn't try to do too much with it. Goes with it to the opposite field towards the gap and picks up the leadoff double.
Coming to the plate now, Nolan Arenado. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit hard on the ground to short. Gloved by Banks. And there's one away. Stepping up to the plate, Rhys Hoskins, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Smoke on the ground up the middle. Throw on to Killebrew, 2 down.
Now batting.
Digging in now for Philadelphia, Johnny Bench. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. There's a strike. Swings through it for strike number 2. McCovey on third with 2 out. Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Phillies strand 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. Ready once again, Ken Griffey Jr. comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Ken Griffey Jr.
First offering on its way. This is pulled into right. Judge is there, and he'll bring this one in.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
In now, Harmon Killebrew. Line towards center field. Trout is there, 2 gone.
Now batting, captain Mike.
Ready for another shot now. Mike Piazza 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. And it's fouled away. We're in the 5th inning here. 5-2 is our score. Now he extends nicely, and this ball's driven to right field and deep. And it's gone. So a solo shot off the bat of Mike Piazza as they open it up to 6-2 now. Ball's jumping in this one. That's the 4th to leave the yard so far.
Matty V, this is kind of a mini home run derby, D-Roll. Ball flying out of the ballpark today.
Just great approaches by both lineups today. We were around the cage during batting practice. Both were super confident, and it's coming.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. But a run for the Royals here in the inning, and it came on this home run. On to the bottom of the fifth. It's the Royals 6 and the Phillies 2. Paul Goldschmidt will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Strasburg. Number 45, Paul Goldschmidt.
Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. And that's in there for his strike, 1-1. Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. Swung on and missed, 1-2 now.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. The 1-2. He's offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
He's just ringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
Into the box, Joe Morgan. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Grounded up the first baseline. PHILLIES got it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
The batter, number 2.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
Well, he's done a great job on the hill throughout this game, and it's something to be proud of anytime you can pitch a good game in this ballpark, especially when it's not your home ballpark.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. Phillies down in order. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Nick Pivetta takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 43, Nick Pivetta.
Digging in once again, Ernie Banks. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Ernie Banks.
First offering on its way. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. He just ramps up and gears the fastball by him, 0-2.
Hey, back when I first broke into the big leagues, a lot of the pitchers wanted to work east to west. Now, with such an uptick in velocity, these guys are working north-south. That's just a great elevated fastball with serious velocity. I appreciate the moxie right there, but 3 fastballs at this level usually turns into a knock.
Right.
Stepping in now, Jim Rice. Lifted in the air to center field. There to take it is Trout, and that's out number 1. Now at the plate, Doug DRABEK. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He's set, and the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He'll go to the bag for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Part of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. It's the Royals 6 and the Phillies 2. Mike Trout will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Again, another foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2. Count remains at 0-2. The 0-2 once more. Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So a solo shot here to left center field is 2nd of the game. And with that, it's now a 6-3 ball game. Here's big Aaron Judge.
Now batting, right fielder.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out.
Tried the old ambush tactic, and it almost worked right there. Wasn't able to keep that first pitch fastball fair. The at-bat, he's got a lot left in this. If he's able to let that one go, I still think he can have a quality AB.
Into the corner and slicing foul.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Back up the middle. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. At the plate, Willie McCovey. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. First pitch on its way. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. A windup and the 0-1. And he fouls this one off. Shooting for that low inside corner, but he missed with it. 1-2.
I don't know if that was a great take or he got fooled. He's certainly trying to play it off like he knew what was coming. You could bet he'd be on alert for that curveball again.
The 1-2. Fouled off. The 1-2. Line drive to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the 2nd out.
The batter, number 28, third baseman.
Now in the box, Nolan Arenado. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here comes the first pitch. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting 1-0, I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity to sit on something without fearing going 1-1. When you're down 0-1, your head's on a swivel.
3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Phillies get 1 in the frame courtesy of this solo home run. Top of the order due up to start the 7th. It's now 6-3. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. Royals leading this one as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do so, let's take a look at our game summary to this point. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Wade Boggs. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, heading for 2. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Well, back in the day, you would hope your leadoff man can work a walk or leg out an infield single, but not in today's game. Now they expect the leadoff hitter to have a little pop, just like this guy. Nice leadoff double.
Roberto Alomar will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Popped him up. Morgan is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Ken Griffey Jr. will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted the other way out to left center. On the move is Trout. He gets there, but he missed it. But he can't get there, and it bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double.
Well, that's the difference between a harmless error and a costly one. With the bases empty, that doesn't hurt that much, but with a man on, that allows a run to score.
Standing in now, Harmon Killebrew as he grounds one briskly to short. Crawford fields it cleanly, and that's the second out. Standing in, Mike Piazza. He went deep last time up.
The last at bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. And a big swing and a miss from Piazza as they jump ahead of him 0-2 here.
Well, we know what this guy's approach is. He's looking to go absolutely deep right here. I don't see him getting anything over the heart of the plate.
0-2 count, and the pitch. High and deep to right. Judge looks up. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game, as it's now a 6-run ball game. In now, Reggie Jackson. As he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. The windup and the 0-1. Fouled away. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. Popped high in the air. Arenado waits on it. And that's the third out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Get up and stretch. It's the Royals 9 and the Phillies 3. And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. He was a ground out victim last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Grounded fouled off to the right. Behind 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Into the box, Johnny Bench. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
Wow, talk about being efficient. How about 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts? Doesn't get much better than that.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Still way back. It's 9-3. Tommy Hunter enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. At the plate, Ernie Banks. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
Shortstop, Ernie Banks.
First offering on its way. Sent on the ground out to second. Morgan has it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Now batting.
Next up is the Hall of Famer Jim Rice. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First delivery to him on the way. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Trout at the track. The wall. Gone! Jim Rice with a solo shot, as this is now a 7-run ball game.
Now batting. The pitcher, Doug.
Into the box now, Doug DRABEK.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
Hey, obviously he had a pretty good gauge on that first heater right there. He was super aggressive, thought he was getting another one, slowed him down with the curveball. That's the cat and mouse.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
Every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones, forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
First delivery to him on the way. Here's a high pop-up. Arenado has a play, and the inning is over. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Royals 10 and the Phillies 3. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Joe Morgan.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one. Not a bad idea right there. Make this guy work and see if he can throw the ball over the plate. Throws the first pitch for a strike. They need to get some runners on base, and not a bad plan. Unfortunately, the pitcher came in with a strike on the first pitch.
And the inning begins with a quick out number 1. Digging in, J.P. Crawford, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. Jackson is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out. Stepping up now, Mike Trout. 2 home runs already to his name in this one, and we'll see if he could possibly strike again. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Behind 0-2 now. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far. And another foul ball. 0-2 once more. And he spoils another one off to the right here, and will do it again. Still 0-2. Another 0-2 home. Fouled off wide at first, but boy, that had some zip on it.
Hey, I'm loving this right now. Classic battle. 5 foul balls in a row. I'd love to see this next one put in play for sake of pace of play, but I love the fact that he's battling.
Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Here's big Aaron Judge as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2. Trout stands at second with 2 gone. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Griffey waits on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1 left for Philadelphia. They'll need to do better than that. It's 10-3. Back in the city of brotherly love for the 9th inning of this one on MLB Network. Stepping in, Roberto Alomar. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Roberto Alomar.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Hoskins waits on it. 1 down. Ready now, Ken Griffey Jr. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High and deep down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. The 0-1 on its way. The bouncer to the left side. Gloved by Arenado. Throw on to first will get him. Scored at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Harmon Killebrew. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's set. Here it comes. Line toward the gap in left center. Hoskins is there, and they go down in a hurry here as his side is quickly retired. Royals go down on just 4 pitches. They still lead by 7. It's 10-3. Now to the plate, Willie McCovey starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Ron Guidry, a 5'11" left-handed reliever, enters to take over on the mound now. Line drive to left. Rice is there, and that's not the start to the bottom of the 9th this crowd was hoping for. 1 away. So his day is fully over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the Kansas City starter, and he was really in command on the mound throughout the evening. Striding into the box, Nolan Arenado. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Right down Broadway that time. Strike 1.
That pitch was right down the heart of the plate, but obviously this guy had made up his mind on the on-deck circle. He was taken all the way, and he was going to zone him up.
Behind 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. Down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. The next 0-2. Skied into straightaway right. Jackson has a beat on it. And that's the second out of the inning. Now batting, Rhys Hoskins. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And a fastball's in there for strike one.
0-1.
Drilled to the right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Pitcher went to the well one too many times. Back-to-back fastballs. Hitter was able to keep his hands through, deliver a nice line drive.
Standing in now, Johnny Bench. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Hoskins, the runner at first with two gone. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Wow, they were banging on all cylinders from the leadoff man to the number 9 guy, the owner. They absolutely cruised to a 7-run victory. If it were only always that easy, right?
10-3 at the end of this contest. The Kansas City Royals put up a 4 spot in the opening frame on the way to victory. Doug DRABEK is the winning pitcher of record. Stephen Strasburg struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and the entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Have a good night, everybody.
you